If Eddie wants to box, we can box. We can box if Eddie wants to box. I don't think Eddie wants to box.
Would you be confident?
Yeah, listen, I used to, back in the day, I used to box with all the guys, boxers and UFC guys. I have boxed.
So if Eddie Hearn's up for it, you're on for it.
Absolutely.
It would also be absolutely massive. And the money would be outrageous. I could never turn it down. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll be competitive.
Matchroom boxing and Zuffa boxing have long traded barbs, but tensions have now escalated. The rivalry intensified after Dana White signed Conor Benn, prompting sharp responses from Eddie Hearn. Both promoters accused the other of trying to poach fighters and undermine events. With public insults, competitive matchmaking, and aggressive signings, the feud has reached a boiling point, with each side even ready to share the ring to prove dominance in boxing's promotional landscape.
Final one, Eddie versus Dana, who wins?
Oh, mate, Eddie's got that background. Eddie's got that boxing background. He was telling me the other day he's had 4 fights, so.
Yeah.
But I think Dana does sneaky know what he's doing, doesn't he? But them two should fight. I'll be the promoter. The shoe will be on the other foot, mate. I'll be promoting the fight.
Dana White recently fired at Hearn, claiming no one understands the boxing business better than he does. White described Eddie as still a student trying to learn the sport properly. He insisted he knows exactly how to run the game and handle it, adding that his moves have forced Hearn to rethink his strategies just to survive in the increasingly competitive boxing landscape.
I mean, it's been absolutely crazy. I'm talking about him. This guy hasn't shut up since the day I got into the sport. The reason I'm actually, listen, and Eddie said, oh, this is great. I look forward to competing with him. And there's a lot of things he doesn't know about boxing that he's going to learn the hard way. And Eddie, I've been in this business for 30 years.
Dana's these claims about Eddie Hearn receive response with some big claims too. Eddie clarified to White that he is also not a child playing up with the sports. Like Dana, he also declared to have a much better understanding of the business. He stressed that Dana has used his cards and now it is his turn. He assured that things would go absolutely crazy after he pulled his planned moves in the near future.
It all is really compelling. And I'm gonna fight back and bounce back, and this is just the start. If things fall into place over the next couple of weeks, you lot are gonna be absolutely dumbfounded by what I'm about to do. And this is just the beginning. But it's all fair cop and fair game. It's nothing like, I know, look, in 1 week, Dana White has called me a pussy in multiple interviews. He's even offered to fight me. This is so big for me. Do you know what I mean? He's a massive name, and the UFC is a massive powerhouse. I'm sitting there at every UFC press conference, they're talking about me. I'm actually sitting there with Arthur Wood on, right, going, this is unbelievable. It's me v Dana White. No one's even talking about anyone else, in terms of promoters and stuff like that. So what a great story. And this is all a pantomime. I think, listen, I think he said fair play to him in an interview. I like Eddie, but he said, I went all crazy about something. I went all crazy about him saying, I don't have any vision and we're part of the problem in boxing. Of course, what do you want me to say? Not respond to that? So now, a couple of weeks on from that, and he said, you've never heard me.
Chael Sonnen, however, cleared the dispute by marking Dana slightly ahead of Eddie in the business. He cited White's strategic moves and the huge financial advantages he gives fighters as reasons why he stays slightly ahead.
Like in Eddie's position, to constantly come after Dana is very hard. It's very, very hard. Because 1, he wants the fight. 2, he's a little better at this than you are, right? He's just a little bit better than this.
Despite declaring Dana ahead of Eddie, Sonnen still advised Hearn not to be emotionally involved in anything that happens in the sport. He suggested responding with actions, such as signing bigger names than Dana White has secured, concluding that this remains the only way to win the war.
Or I would encourage Eddie Hearn to take a little bit of a colder stance. And he doesn't have to be nice after a breakup, and he doesn't have to say that it hurt his feelings. And that's real, and that's kind. That's kind of Eddie, but it's a fight. They're fighting right now. You signed a guy for $15 million who's not that good, and he's not that big of a draw. Write the check, stick it up your... I'm gonna go get a guy that is pretty good and is a bigger draw, right? That's the way that this game is played, and he should have left it at that.
On the other hand, Dana White, in his most recent interview discussing the signing of Conor Benn, asserted he is a huge name in today's boxing scene and expressed excitement about having him join Zuffa Boxing. White also told Hearn to stop crying about the move and act professionally, stressing that fighters and promoters must make decisions that benefit them. According to White, the deal happened because both sides saw clear mutual advantages.
Babies. Is there a bigger Eddie Hearn?
He was quite upset that Conor Benn left him.
Is there a bigger than Eddie Hearn? This guy's supposed to be your friend. You're crying he made more money. He's going to make more money, and he had the right to match it. He could have matched it.
Furthermore, White explained that Zuffa Boxing is focused on delivering bigger fights for fans. He said the goal is to gather the most talented boxers from around the world and create the best possible matchups. While some critics question the strategy, many supporters believe the approach could benefit boxing. According to White, competitive bouts and high-profile clashes are exactly what the sport needs right now.
I get into these types of businesses, and what I want to do is put on the best fights I possibly can with the best fighters I can. I'm always looking for the best up-and-coming talent that we believe can be, a world champion or top 10 fighters. So that's the game plan.
However, Dana has gotten a somewhat response from Team Hearn, where they have signed his fighter, Tom Aspinall, for some commercial purposes. And Tom Aspinall, while reacting to it, declared that currently he does not plan to fight in boxing. He clarified that he has joined hands with Eddie just for some business and promotional purposes. In his opinion, he has some good tasks at hand to do at UFC. However, he hinted that in the near future, he can also be in a boxing ring if he feels it right then.
I'm under no illusion that I can't just go one day, I'm going to be a boxer now and be a world champion. Like, that's not going to happen. I have way more respect to boxing and boxers than just thinking, well, I punch somebody, I'm just going to switch over to boxing and do it. Like, that's not the case. So am I at the level of being a world champion boxer right now? No, absolutely not. Would I do it one day? For fun, for money, for publicity? Maybe, but right now I've got more work to do in the UFC.
Wade Concepts marked the dealing of Aspinall with Hearn as a brilliant move in reply to Dana White. He stated that it will allow Hearn to view the Ultimate Fighting Championship landscape from very close. He added that just as the migration of Conor left Eddie stunned, this move from Aspinall has also been hurting Dana deep inside. He concluded by asserting that this deal remains Eddie's tool to operate against Zuffa Boxing too.
Be clued in on Tom Aspinall's business dealings, but even more so than that, and this is where I think the chess piece is a brilliant play by Eddie Hearn, he's going to be clued in on the UFC's business dealings, which I think is going to be Eddie's ammo to use against Zuffa Boxing. This is going to be Eddie's way in the back door to see how the UFC operates. Truly, right? He can speculate from the outside. He's outside of the club looking in, right? Talking about how UFC fighters are underpaid, and he's right. But talking about all these different things that the UFC doesn't do for their fighters that they are doing in Zuffa Boxing, now Eddie has a way in to say, oh, and I have the receipts.
Besides Wade hailing Hearn's benefits from the deal, Tom Aspinall also felt thrilled to have signed with Eddie Hearn's team and even advised other fighters in his zone to think out of the box. He expressed that there are always better and more promising opportunities, and one should always be in search of them. He showed complete trust in the team and hoped they would guide him on a long, successful path.
I can lean on Eddie and Matchroom whenever I need him now, and I really wanted to choose a team, expand on my team of guys that I want to go into battle with, man. The battle is not just done in the octagon. A lot of it's done outside it as well, and these are guys who I trust, and I trust have got my best interests at heart. So that's why I've gone with them, because ultimately I wasn't thrilled on having a commercial advisor or a manager or an agent. I wasn't thrilled on the idea, but I really felt like these guys have my back, and that's why we signed the contract.
Most importantly, in response to this deal, Dana White mentioned that Tom remains his guy and will only fight for him whenever he comes back. And despite conquering UFC and boxing, Dana White further stressed his bigger plans. He stated that he aims to take combat sports to the next level by promoting them in every corner of the world. He clarified that they are not here to stop at any point and will continue building, providing the sports with whatever is needed at any time.
So when you think about my business, right? The fight business as a whole, I got Slap, which is absolutely killing it. UFC's killing it. Boxing's on the right track. And when you think about the ceiling for combat sports, There's 8 billion people in the world. And now we're getting to a point in our lives where streaming is becoming a reality globally. So when you put on the right fight in the right place with the right guys, what is your ceiling? Your ceiling is 8 billion people.
Furthermore, in the same interview, Dana further talked about receiving a notice from Frank Warren for legal action against them. He reacted strangely and asserted that they had never done anything wrong that could justify a lawsuit. However, he showed full readiness to face the case, revealing that he had hired lawyers and is prepared to prove they have not engaged in any illegal activity since their involvement in the sports.
Really said anything? Sue me for what? I mean, I'm in the business just like they're in the business. What have I done other than compete to be sued by the Warrens? We haven't messed with any of their fighters that are under contract or tried to steal anybody or do anything like that, and we won't to any of the promoters.
Moving forward, Conor Benn is gearing up for his showdown against Regis Prograis on April 11th, and the spotlight on him has never been brighter. The intense rivalry between his new promotion, Zuffa Boxing, and his former company, Matchroom Boxing, has only amplified expectations. Being the central figure in this bitter dispute, Ben is determined not to disappoint. Every training session is meticulously planned, leaving nothing to chance as he focuses on every detail to avoid criticism and prove his worth in the ring.
Touch, express, 2. Yes.
With just under a month to go, Ben has taken his preparation to the next level. He is performing a rigorous mix of drills and workouts assigned by his team, sharpening his signature skills, power, speed, and accuracy. Every aspect of his game is under constant evaluation, and his camp is employing every possible method to refine his abilities to perfection. Ben knows that only by being at his absolute peak can he satisfy Zuffa Boxing, and more importantly, himself. Overall, Zuffa Boxing has expressed excitement over his signing, while Matchroom Boxing has struggled with his departure. Fully aware of his value, Ben is leaving no stone unturned to dominate the task ahead. His training clearly signals one thing: he is preparing for an all-out war in the ring, ready to cement his status among boxing's elite.
Where do you start, right here?
On the other hand, Regis Prograis has also been going all out in the gym, pushing himself to the limit. Knowing how much a victory would mean against an opponent regarded as one of the finest in the sport has strengthened his resolve. He has been painstakingly honing his toolkit, refining each technique, and getting ready both physically and emotionally for the enormous task that lies ahead since day one. Besides this, Prograis also understands that the opening days of a training camp often set the tone for what follows. While most fighters ramp up energy towards the end, he's breaking tradition, hitting peak intensity right from the start. His relentless commitment in the gym reflects a mindset focused on dominance and ensures that Conor Benn will face far more resistance than his team might anticipate, signaling a very tough night for his opponent. Overall, in the camp, he has been executing a variety of drills using different types of bags, pads, and mitts, showing phenomenal precision and focus. Sparring has also been integral from the early days, with partners of varying sizes giving him a realistic sense of what to expect from Ben. After each session, he analyzes performance, adjusts strategies, and improves continuously. Considering all these things, the boxing world has absolutely gone crazy witnessing things they thought would never happen in this sport. Some have marked it as a good move, bringing exciting changes, while others argue that these new deals could even destroy the beauty of the sport. While Conor Benn, the most debated boxer in recent weeks, is set to make his debut at Zuffa Boxing, he has received massive support from fans who believe a dominant Benny will conquer the new zone. However, pure boxing fans want Conor to deliver an absolutely amazing show they will never forget for the rest of their lives. Now, in the end, what do you think of the current ongoing situation? In your opinion, whom would it favor more, either Dana White or Eddie Hearn? Moreover, also share your opinions on the narrative of a potential battle between Hearn and White. The comment section is open. Send us what you feel in your mind. Along with this, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel because your support matters. Overall, thanks for watching and stay tuned for further updates.